Toast. It's one of the simplest, most familiar parts of breakfast for millions of older adults. Crisp, warm, comforting. And when topped with a little spread, maybe jam, honey, or something creamy, it feels harmless, even nostalgic. But here's what most seniors don't realize. That small slice of toast, when paired with the wrong topping, could be quietly spiking your blood sugar to dangerous levels. And after 60, especially after 70, your body doesn't bounce back from those spikes the way it used to. That innocent breakfast could be contributing to fatigue, brain fog, blurry vision, weight gain, or worse, it may even be undermining your medications. In today's video, we're uncovering one of the most common breakfast combinations among older adults and why it's causing more harm than good. You'll learn how this pairing affects your blood sugar, how your body changes with age, and most importantly, how to make smarter, safer breakfast swaps that still taste good but support your health. Because food isn't just comfort anymore, it's chemistry. And the way your body handles it now is very different from how it did at 30 or 40. But before we begin, I want to ask you for 3 simple things. Like this video if toast is a regular part of your morning. What you learn today may change the way you approach it forever. Subscribe to this channel, where every week we bring you honest, practical health wisdom made for people over 60. Comment below and tell us what your go-to breakfast spread is. Butter? Jam? Nut butter? You might not be alone, and your answer could help spark a conversation that helps someone else. Let's begin, because after 70, the foods that feel safe might be doing more damage than you think. 1. Toast and fruit jam, a sugary start that spikes blood sugar and sabotages energy. For many older adults, spreading jam on toast is a morning ritual. It brings back memories of simpler times, the taste of childhood, the comfort of familiarity, and the quick satisfaction of something sweet. And because it's fruit-based, many believe it's a healthier option than butter or processed spreads. But here's the hard truth. Toast with jam is one of the fastest ways to spike your blood sugar, especially dangerous after 70, when your body's ability to regulate glucose has slowed down. Let's break down exactly why this matters. First, let's look at the toast. Most store-bought breads, even those labeled whole wheat, are made from refined flours that digest quickly. Within minutes of eating, they're converted into glucose and absorbed into your bloodstream. They offer very little fiber, which means there's almost nothing to slow that absorption down. Now add jam. The typical fruit jam or jelly contains 12 to 15 grams of sugar per tablespoon. And let's be honest, most people use more than one. This sugar is mostly sucrose and glucose, with no fiber and almost no protein or fat to balance it. It's essentially a fast-acting sugar bomb. Now, imagine what that does inside a 70-year-old body. As we age, several things change. Insulin sensitivity decreases, making it harder for your cells to pull sugar out of your blood. Pancreatic function declines, reducing the effectiveness of insulin production. The liver becomes less efficient at managing glucose storage. Many seniors are on medications that are affected by diet, especially those for diabetes, blood pressure, or cholesterol. When you eat toast with jam, your blood sugar can spike within 15 to 30 minutes. That spike may cause an energy crash an hour later, brain fog or difficulty concentrating, shakiness, irritability, or mood swings, increased thirst or frequent urination, inflammation that worsens joint pain or stiffness, and over time, weight gain, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes progression. Even more troubling, repeated blood sugar spikes, especially in the morning, can contribute to cognitive decline in older adults. Several studies have linked erratic glucose patterns to memory problems and increased risk of dementia. You might be thinking, but it's just one piece of toast. But over the weeks, months, and years, this small daily habit can become a major contributor to chronic illness and fatigue. So what should you do instead? Here are a few safer, smarter breakfast swaps. Use low-carb, high-fiber bread made with seeds or whole grains. Look for at least 5 grams of fiber per slice. Replace jam with mashed avocado, which offers healthy fats and fiber to slow digestion. Try natural almond or peanut butter, unsweetened. Just 1 tablespoon provides protein and sustained energy. If you still crave something sweet, mash half a banana or use a few thin slices of fresh pear. The fiber in whole fruit buffers the sugar impact far better than jam. Add a dash of cinnamon on top. It helps with blood sugar regulation and adds flavor without added sugar. Most importantly, eat mindfully. Don't eat standing up or in a rush. Sit down. Chew slowly. Give your body time to register fullness. If you've been eating toast and jam for years, and now you're noticing more fatigue, irritability, or sugar crashes, comment below with "It's time to rethink my breakfast." That one small statement could help someone else pause and reconsider too. And if this insight helped you connect food and energy in a new way, like the video and subscribe. Because next, we'll look at another common breakfast spread, one that sounds healthy and protein-rich, but can actually raise sodium dangerously and stress the kidneys when combined with toast. Stay with me. You might be surprised by what's coming next. 2. Toast and processed peanut butter. A salty, sticky trap that can overload sodium and stress the kidneys. Peanut butter. It's smooth, rich, and fills you up fast. And for many older adults, it feels like a smart breakfast choice, especially compared to sugary jams or jellies. It's got protein, it's got fat, and it spreads easily on a slice of toast, making it feel like a complete meal. But here's what most seniors don't know. The kind of peanut butter you choose and how it interacts with toast can silently raise your sodium, spike your blood pressure, and stress your kidneys over time. Let's take a closer look. First, the toast. As mentioned earlier, most commercial breads, even wheat varieties, are high in refined carbohydrates and often contain hidden sodium, sometimes up to 150 to 200 milligrams per slice. Now add processed peanut butter, the kind found in most pantries. What's in it? Added sugar, often listed as corn syrup solids, dextrose, or just plain sugar. Added salt. Some brands contain up to 150 milligrams of sodium per tablespoon. Hydrogenated oils, which can lead to inflammation and interfere with cholesterol balance. So now, your seemingly healthy toast and peanut butter breakfast has just delivered over 300 to 400 milligrams of sodium, depending on portion size. Refined carbs with little fiber, causing blood sugar spikes. Inflammatory oils and added sugars, which work against heart and metabolic health. For someone over 70, this combination is not neutral. It's dangerous, especially when eaten regularly. Here's why. Kidneys weaken with age. They filter slower, retain more sodium, and are easily overwhelmed. Blood pressure regulation becomes more fragile, and excess sodium raises pressure subtly but steadily. Chronic inflammation increases, making arthritis, fatigue, and joint pain worse. And for many seniors on medications like ACE inhibitors, diuretics, or statins, high-sodium foods can counteract or intensify medication side effects. Many seniors experience symptoms that seem unrelated to breakfast. Mild swelling in the feet or hands, pressure behind the eyes, lightheadedness or headaches, a vague sense of slowing down or heaviness. But these symptoms may all be connected to dietary sodium and sugar overload, starting with what's spread on toast. So what's the better way? Choose unsalted, natural peanut butter. The label should list only peanuts and maybe a little oil. Use no more than 1 tablespoon and spread it thinly. Pair it with high fiber or sprouted grain bread, not refined white or soft wheat. Add a few slices of banana or a sprinkle of chia or flaxseed for added fiber and nutrient support. Or try nut butters made from almonds or cashews, which are often lower in sodium and contain more magnesium. And if you're watching sodium or dealing with early kidney issues, consider alternating spreads. Try mashed avocado, hummus, or even low-sodium cottage cheese with herbs. The goal isn't to eliminate flavor. It's to fuel your body in a way that protects what's most vulnerable after 70. Have you been using regular peanut butter without checking the label? Drop a comment below with reading labels from now on. It could be the beginning of a healthier habit for you and someone else watching. And if this helped you see breakfast in a whole new way, like the video and subscribe. Because next, we'll explore a light breakfast spread that's often praised for being low-fat, but can cause major spikes in blood sugar and set up seniors for mid-morning crashes. Keep going. Every bite matters more now than ever. 3. Toast and low-fat fruit spreads. A hidden sugar bomb that can cause mid-morning crashes and cognitive fog. For seniors trying to eat better, low-fat fruit spreads often seem like the perfect compromise. They promise the sweetness of jam without the guilt of added fat. The labels say no added sugar, light, or 100% fruit, and that sounds reassuring, especially when trying to avoid butter or heavy toppings. But here's the truth that many older adults never hear. When you spread low-fat fruit preserves on toast, you're often creating one of the fastest and most disruptive blood sugar spikes of the entire day, followed by a hard crash that can leave you confused, tired, and vulnerable. Let's talk about why. First, the toast. As we've already discussed, most toast, especially white or soft wheat, is quickly digested into glucose. It's refined, low in fiber, and offers little protein or fat to balance the meal. Now, let's look at the spread. Low-fat or light fruit spreads are often concentrated fruit purees, sometimes with added fruit juice concentrate as a sweetener. And while they might not technically contain sugar by name, fruit concentrates are still sugar, just in a slightly disguised form. In fact, some of these spreads contain 12 to 18 grams of sugar per tablespoon, which is nearly the same as standard jam. What's worse, the lack of fat, which might sound like a health bonus, actually makes the sugar absorb faster. Fat normally slows digestion. Remove it, and your body digests the toast plus fruit spread combination at lightning speed, pushing sugar into your bloodstream in a matter of minutes. Now, imagine that happening in a body over 70. Here's what's likely to follow. A quick burst of energy followed by a sharp drop. Brain fog, where thinking feels slower and less clear. Cravings for more sugar or carbs within an hour. Lightheadedness, especially if you're on medications for blood pressure or diabetes. Irritability, anxiety, or a feeling of being off, which many seniors mistake for emotional or mental decline, when it may be entirely food-related. This kind of breakfast also disrupts your hormonal rhythm. Early morning sugar spikes can throw off your cortisol levels, interfere with sleep cycles, and create a pattern of unstable energy that continues all day long. And if you're pre-diabetic or insulin-resistant, which many older adults are without knowing, this habit could quietly accelerate progression toward type 2 diabetes. So what can you do instead? If you still want something sweet on your toast, use thin slices of fresh fruit like banana or pear. Real fiber helps buffer the sugar absorption. Try nut butter plus a few blueberries or apple slices with cinnamon. Opt for full-fat Greek yogurt as a spread base, and add a few crushed berries on top. Avoid any product that says fruit juice sweetened, concentrate, or sugar-free, but contains maltitol, sorbitol, or sucralose. These sugar substitutes can also disrupt digestion and gut health. And if you really want a fruit spread, look for one that has under 5 grams of sugar per serving. No added fruit concentrate. Real fruit listed as the first ingredient. And ideally, some fiber or protein added to slow the spike. Breakfast should sustain you, not set you up for a crash. If you've been using low-fat fruit spreads without thinking about their sugar impact, comment below with time to check the label. That small realization might spark a big change for you or someone reading with you. And if this helped you see how healthy labels can be misleading, like the video and subscribe. Because in the next section, we'll look at a spread that many seniors trust for its natural reputation. But when paired with toast, it can disrupt thyroid function, weaken bone health, and confuse hunger signals. You want to know this one. Let's keep going. 4. Toast and natural honey. A sweet habit that can confuse hunger signals and disrupt hormonal balance after 70. There's something comforting about drizzling a bit of honey on toast. It feels pure, natural, even biblical. Many seniors trust honey more than processed sugar, believing that because it comes from bees and not a factory, it must be a better choice. But here's what you might not know. When honey is paired with toast, especially in the morning and especially after age 70, it can quietly throw your entire metabolic rhythm off balance. And that disruption often starts with your hormones. Let's look at what's happening inside the body. Toast, even when labeled whole grain, is digested rapidly. It spikes blood sugar quickly. Now add a tablespoon of honey, which contains 17 grams of sugar, made up mostly of fructose and glucose. This combo hits your bloodstream like a wave, spiking your blood sugar, then forcing your insulin to kick in hard to manage the surge. In younger bodies, insulin can respond quickly, but after 70, things slow down. Insulin sensitivity declines, meaning your cells don't hear insulin as well as they used to. Cortisol, the stress hormone, may already be elevated, and sugar only amplifies it. Leptin and ghrelin, the hormones that regulate hunger and fullness, become confused by sugar spikes, making it harder to know when you're truly satisfied. And for women post-menopause and men with declining testosterone, blood sugar fluctuations can interfere with thyroid health, metabolism, and even bone density. That innocent honey on toast moment, it can lead to cravings that show up again mid-morning, a sluggish thyroid that slows energy, weight loss, and mental clarity, a weakened appetite regulation system that leads to snacking, overeating, or erratic meals. And long-term, it increases the risk of prediabetes, insulin resistance, and osteoporosis, all of which disproportionately affect seniors. You may notice the signs already. You eat breakfast, but you're hungry again 90 minutes later. You feel foggy, tired, or irritable by 10 a.m. You can't seem to lose weight, even though you're eating less. Or you're constantly battling sugar cravings, especially late in the day. Honey is not evil, but in the wrong combinations and in the wrong context, it becomes a trigger, not a healer. Here's how to enjoy it more wisely. Use no more than half a teaspoon and pair it with high-fiber bread and healthy fats, like avocado or nut butter. Avoid using honey on its own with toast. It creates the fastest spike. If you must have sweetness, eat a small piece of whole fruit instead. It comes with fiber and water to buffer the effect. And never eat honey on an empty stomach. Always include protein or fat to stabilize the meal. Your hormones after 70 need stability, not chaos. And what you put on your toast can either support that balance or disrupt it. Have you noticed hunger or energy issues after having toast with honey? Share in the comments with "That's been me." You're not alone, and naming it is the first step toward healing it. And if this helped you think differently about something you've trusted for years, like the video and subscribe. Because in our final section, we'll explore one last spread, one that many seniors believe is safe because it's light and low fat, but can actually increase inflammation, spike sugar, and strip your body of essential fats. Let's bring this series to a close, with clarity, not confusion. 5. Toast and low-fat margarine. A light spread that can raise inflammation and strip your body of healthy fats. For decades, margarine was sold to the public, especially seniors, as the healthier alternative to butter. It was low in saturated fat. It was cholesterol-free. And for those worried about heart disease, it felt like the smarter, safer choice. Today, many older adults still reach for low-fat or light margarine as their go-to spread for toast. But here's what most don't realize. That so-called light spread might be quietly increasing inflammation, disturbing hormone function, and robbing your body of the healthy fats it actually needs. Let's dig into the details. Most low-fat or light margarines are made from refined vegetable oils like soybean, canola, or corn oil, which are high in omega-6 fatty acids. While omega-6 is not inherently bad, the modern diet often includes far too much of it and not enough omega-3s, leading to a significant imbalance. This imbalance is a major driver of chronic inflammation, a silent but powerful contributor to joint pain and arthritis, heart disease, cognitive decline, type 2 diabetes, and even certain cancers. Now consider what happens when you spread this inflammation-promoting fat onto toast, which is already a fast-absorbing carbohydrate with little nutritional protection. This combination provides no fiber or antioxidants to counteract oxidative stress, offers minimal real nourishment for the brain, skin, or joints, spikes blood sugar, then coats it with a pro-inflammatory oil that can trigger aches, stiffness, and even digestive sluggishness. And here's something few people realize. Many light margarines contain emulsifiers, preservatives, artificial colorings, and in some cases, trans fats, despite being labeled zero trans fat. U.S. labeling laws allow products to claim zero trans fat if they contain less than 0.5 grams per serving, which still adds up if consumed daily. And if you're dealing with memory issues, hormone imbalance, brittle nails, dry skin, or joint discomfort, these artificial spreads may be making things worse, not better. Your body after 70 needs healthy fats, not fake ones. Fats that support hormone production, nourish the brain and nervous system, keep joints lubricated, help absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K, and fight inflammation, not feed it. So what should you use instead? Real butter in small amounts, especially grass-fed or organic, which contains natural CLA and vitamin K2. Avocado slices or a thin spread of mashed avocado. Extra virgin olive oil, lightly drizzled or brushed on toast. Nut butters made from almonds, cashews, or walnuts, unsweetened, unsalted. Or for a savory twist, try hummus or soft goat cheese. These fats are whole, nourishing, and far less likely to disrupt your metabolism or promote inflammation. Have you been using margarine thinking it was the better choice? Comment below with switching my spread. That small intention might inspire someone else to let go of an outdated habit too. And if this opened your eyes to how toast toppings can quietly shape your long-term health, like the video and subscribe. Because now, in our final conclusion, we'll tie everything together. A clear roadmap for choosing better breakfasts in your 70s and beyond. It's not about fear. It's about wisdom. Let's finish this right, with calm, with clarity, and with confidence. You began this video with something simple, toast. Something you've probably eaten thousands of times across your life. But what we've uncovered together today is that it's not just the bread, it's what you put on top of it. Because after 70, your body responds differently. Your digestion slows. Your insulin isn't as sharp. Your kidneys don't filter as efficiently. And the combinations that once felt innocent, even healthy, can now quietly contribute to fatigue, inflammation, and long-term health decline. Let's review what we learned. Fruit jam may taste nostalgic, but it delivers pure sugar with no fiber, setting you up for spikes, crashes, and cravings. Processed peanut butter often contains hidden sugars, salt, and hydrogenated oils that inflame joints and raise blood pressure. Low-fat fruit spreads, though labeled light, can hit your system like candy, especially dangerous on an empty stomach. Honey, while natural, can confuse your hunger hormones and worsen thyroid and insulin issues in older adults. And low-fat margarine, once praised as heart-healthy, may be fueling inflammation and blocking the absorption of essential nutrients your body needs most. So where does this leave you? It leaves you with power. The power to choose toast toppings that nourish your brain and body, stabilize your blood sugar, support your energy and focus, and honor the phase of life you're in, not the one you used to be in. Here's your better path forward. Choose high-fiber bread with at least 4-5 g of fiber per slice. Pair with real fats like avocado, nut butters unsweetened, or olive oil. Add fresh fruit slices, not fruit spreads. Use cinnamon or a touch of real vanilla if you want flavor without sugar. And always remember, What you eat first thing in the morning sets the tone for everything that follows. You deserve a breakfast that energizes you, not one that silently chips away at your well-being. So now, I want to hear from you. What's one change you'll make starting tomorrow? Write it in the comments below. Whether it's switching to avocado or checking my peanut butter label, your small decision could be someone else's inspiration. And if this video helped you feel wiser, stronger, or more prepared, here's what to do next. Like this video, your engagement tells the algorithm that this kind of senior-focused wisdom matters. Subscribe. Every week we bring you practical, compassionate health advice tailored for your life stage. Share this with a friend, someone you know is still eating toast the old way, and your share could change that. At this age, we don't need fear, we need facts. We don't need to feel restricted, we need to feel respected. And we don't need someone to tell us what to do. We need someone to help us choose better. Thank you for choosing this video. Now go enjoy your toast wisely.